Welcome back, friends. It is Lauren the Soap Witch, and in today's video, I just thought I would share the method that I use to diffuse my hair when I do a wash and go. So I'm throwing a little intro here because the video is just going to launch into me diffusing my hair, but I just wanted to give a little conversation about it beforehand. So let me stop talking like a robot, because what are you doing? So I feel like how you dry your hair is a really important component to how your style turns out. So I used to be a big air dry person, but I really just hate walking around with sopping wet hair. And even though I'm high porosity with product on it still takes a while to dry. So I prefer diffusing. Some people like to sit under a hooded dryer. Some people sit under the hooded dryer first and then diffuse later. It's really all a matter of personal preference, but I like to diffuse. And I'm gonna just show you the method of how I diffuse and just chat about why I'm diffusing, why I'm doing what things I'm doing while diffusing, just so you can see, just get a feel for what I do. All right. So anywho, here we go. Okay, say hello to the Tymo Air Hype. That's what we're using today to diffuse this hair. I use it on, high heat, high flow, high pressure, whatever they call it. The high settings on both ends. And so just gonna do a little demonstrating real quick about how I go about this here, show you a little bit, and then I'm gonna do the rest off camera, come back. Okay. So I'm gonna take off my glasses though, because it fogs up my glasses horribly if I leave them on while I do this whole thing. And no thank you.
Okay, so first I'm going to start out by doing a little hover action on top of the hair. I'm just wanting to just kind of do a preliminary drying, if you will. And I start at the top of my head and just kind of go up and down, making sure I get the whole hair shaft. Sometimes I'm kind of bad and just like, I don't know. I don't pay as much attention to the rest of the hair down there. Like, it doesn't need to be dry too. So I do each side for, maybe a minute, not very long. So I switch over just to do the same thing on that side. The shaking motion with the blow dryer is probably not necessary, but I don't know. I have to move. I get ADHD bored when I'm doing my 20 to 25 minutes of time with the dryer. And so, I get antsy. So up and down on each side again. Like I said, for probably around a minute-ish on each side, just for this first part. So after I feel like I've done enough there, I do what I call the wild flinging. And so I fling my hair over to one side. And so I got this from someone on YouTube, and I don't remember their name, no ass. And I was like, I'm gonna try this, though I didn't think it would work, and I thought my hair would look like trash. Turns out it's a very good technique. So I fling it over. I do think it helps with clunking. Why does this happen to me every time? Clumping. Okay. And so I do the hovering action, but then I also put the actual, I don't know if those are teeth or combs, whatever we're calling it, in my roots, in my hair, to get closer in and get more of a dry down the hair shaft. Again, just all over. And I really like doing this because I do think it helps me get the roots drier easier and faster, because there have been times when I've tried to blow dry and just like the outside is dry and the inside is just sopping or spongy, just wet. Anyway, so I fling it back down, and then I just go back to the top of the hair and just go into working on the roots and again the shaft of the hair, and just making sure that I'm trying to get an even dry. So gonna flip the other side and do the same thing. Then the point of me, periodically trying to do the same amount of time on each side of my head is just trying to get an even dry. I'm not trying to completely dry one half of my head while the other half is wet. So I just kind of go back and forth with my little methods and stuff. I even get round to the back and the bottom of the hair, because those roots too, I used to just ignore those. I was just kind of bad overall about making sure I got an even dry all around my head. So this helps. And then flinging the hair back and forth. That's a song, isn't it? Anyway, we're close enough. So anywho, random. But that's the method to this. It's just try to get an overall, just a good dry all over my head and evenly done. So gonna fling that hair back over. That hair look like it's just trying to act up, but it won't. I just put the dryer, the diffuser back on it, and it just goes back into place, back into what it's supposed to be doing. And so I do adjust with my hands if I feel like it's necessary, and then when I've blow dried for a decent amount of time, I don't know, 15 minutes, I don't know, I don't time it. When I feel like it's dry enough, I take my diffuser and like just pull the hair apart as you see I'm doing, and just go directly onto the roots to try to get those as dry as possible. So I feel like going in, you know, through the top layer of hair, it's too much heat trying to get through to the roots, and it kind of burns off some of the product, and it just looks a little different. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's just from what I've seen in my own results. So this is it finally dry, and I'm pretty happy with the way that this diffusing session has gone. The hair looks really good. It's very defined. And here I just decided to show you what it looks like after I stretch and fluff it. So this is just me giving you the nice 360, and I was just so happy with myself. I turned around a couple of times, but this is the finished look that I was very happy with. So yeah, this is me. This is me doing my thing. And I'm gonna go back to the other me so I can wrap this video up.
All right, so that's pretty much that. It's just my preferred method. I think that my hair turns out really nicely when I diffuse using this method. And I typically do like to stretch and lift my roots like you saw in the video, just to give the look some little added, a little polish, you know, a little finish, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and giving this video a like. All right, I'll see you in the next one, friends.